As we get ready to move beyond linear equations, we're going to move into quadratics. We're going to take a look at working with binomial multiplication to make trinomials, and get some work done with multiplying to get trinomials and dividing to undo trinomials. So if you recall, multiplying a monomial by a polynomial, you multiply every polynomial term in the brackets by the monomial term. So if I have a times b plus c, it's a times b plus a times c. In general, you multiply every term in the left bracket by every term in the right bracket. So if a, we can consider that in brackets, we would do a times b plus a times c. Thus, if we had two binomials in our brackets instead of a monomial in the first one, we multiply every term in the left bracket by every term in the right bracket. So we multiply a by c and multiply a by d. A times c, a times d. We multiply b times c and b times d. We've multiplied every term in the left bracket, a and b, by every term in the right bracket, c and d. If you have more than two things being multiplied at any time, what you do is expand and simplify one pair at a time. So if I have a times b plus c times d times plus e, if I have all that, what I'll do is multiply just the first pair here, a times b plus c. And I get ab plus ac. And now I'll multiply it by de, and I'll do my final multiplication, ab times d, ab times e, ac times d, ac times e. So I'm doing it step by step. You could multiply the binomials first, then multiply the a through, up to you which order you do them in. Multiplication doesn't matter the order, but it does matter that you do them in pairs. You don't try and do them all at once. You only multiply the pair by a and not the entire. Don't try and multiply everything by a. So don't do this and this. Just one pair at a time. When you are expanding, generally, best practice is to start at the leftmost term in the first bracket, multiply everything in the second. So start at the leftmost term, multiply everything by AB, which I have been doing here in the examples, and then move on to the next term and multiply everything in the next bracket. A way to remember this process is using the word FOIL. Sometimes you will hear people say, FOIL out that pair of binomials. And what that means is they want you to multiply the first term in each binomial, then the outside terms in the binomial, then the inside terms in the binomial, and then the last terms in the binomial. FOIL. So in the examples here, we're going to multiply the first term in each binomial. X times x. It's going to give me x squared. And then multiply the outside terms. X times 3 plus 3x. Then multiply the inside terms. These terms are on the inside of everything. So that is negative 2 times x. That's negative 2x. And then finally the negative 2 times the 3 for negative 6. That should be negative, not positive, because those are the last terms. So the first terms in each bracket, the outside terms, the inside terms, and the last terms. It'll expand out like this, which will leave you with a result when you collect the middle two terms. And in general, you'll be able to do the collect the middle two terms because they're like terms. X squared, in this case, plus x minus 6. And it'll leave you with x, the squared, the x, and then the plain old number. It'll leave you with that order in general, as long as these aren't written differently inside. And that will help us out as we move forward with some of the activities. Let's try the next one. We'll multiply the first two terms, x squared, the outside terms, plus 7x, the inside two terms, negative 2x, and the last two terms, negative 14. Now I collect the middle two terms there because they're both like terms, and I have plus 5x minus 14. Draw the lines when you're starting to make sure that you do all the multiplications and you don't accidentally multiply the same thing twice. And it'll make sure you get everything nice and neat. Let's try one more here. X times x is x squared. X times 3 plus 3x. 1 times x is going to give me plus x. And 1 times 3 is going to give me plus 3. So there, I'm left with x squared plus 4x plus 3. Now, when we have more things going on, like in D and E, again, we just do it step by step. So we multiply one pair here first. I'm going to do the binomials first. It'll make it a little neater. So I'm going to have x times x for x squared. X times negative 4 is going to give me negative 4x. 1 times x plus x. And 1 times negative 4 is going to give me negative 4. So I get negative 2 x squared minus 3x minus 4. Now I'll multiply everything by negative 2. So negative 2 x squared, positive 6x, and finally positive 8. So just step by step, we multiply that out. In the last one here, we have two binomials, or two pairs of binomials to multiply, so we do each multiplication independently. So I'm going to multiply the first pair here, x squared plus 5x plus 3x plus 8 minus, now because there's a negative sign here, I'm going to put this next set in brackets so that I don't mess up the signs later on. That negative means it's going to affect everything inside here afterwards. So now I'll multiply that out. X squared minus 7x plus x minus 7. Simplify these. X squared plus 8x plus 8 minus x squared minus 6x minus 7. Now that negative sign will flip all the signs inside there. X squared plus 8x plus 8 minus x squared plus 6x plus 7. X squared minus x squared. That'll get rid of each other. 8x plus 6x. That's going to give me 14x. And 8 plus 7 is going to give me 15. So there we have multiplying our binomials out. And again, use that FOIL method when you do it. Draw the lines and you will get some nicer looking expansions.